Hai, welcome to podcast Desulistio. Sorry ya, sempat absen karena memang waktunya tuh mepet banget, jadi gak sempet buat podcast. Oke, sekarang saya gak sendirian, saya masih bersama Imre. Dan kita akan bahas sedikit soal apa yang masuk ke DM saya ya. Hai Imre, apa kabar?
Kabar baik, apa kabar?
Ya, saya juga kabarnya baik, tapi sedikit agak sibuk. Oke, the first question is, we are wonder why Dani Pedrosa is very strong on that race in Misano. It's just because Dani Pedrosa always do the test there, so know the circuit better, or he's still capable as a great racer?
He's for sure still absolutely capable. You must also see that Dani had so many injuries in his career that it was very rarely that he was 100% fit. You could just have to imagine after he stopped, he had to have a recreative operation of his right collarbone because it was broken so often that it finally did not heal together at all. They had to operate it and make a new one. Now, since 5 years he didn't race, so he could rest his body, and he still has the fire in himself. When you looked at him in Misano, he was absolutely fit, fitter than ever in his racing career. This was the first point. The second is Dani is an outstanding talent with a riding style that even Marc Marquez said this is exactly how a MotoGP bike has to be ridden, and he just took advantage of it. On the other hand, you also have to see the technical side. He has prepared for this race with some new components and with some revolutionary new components where KTM is looking for the future. He had a new frame that was supposedly made completely of carbon fiber or a carbon fiber a Kevlar composite. They might have figured out how to distribute the flex in it in a more accurate way than they could do with a steel frame. Plus, he has tested a lot, and this all together made him so fast.
Oke, jadi bagusnya Dani Pedrosa kemarin itu bukan cuma karena dia sering tes di Misano aja, tapi karena memang dia selama 5 tahun tuh gak ada cedera parah lagi, sehingga benar-benar badannya tuh udah fit banget, yang membuat dia tuh bisa tampil prima gitu loh, dibanding pada saat dia masih menjadi MotoGP rider, karena kan memang dia banyak banget mengalami cedera. Dan yang kombinasi selanjutnya adalah memang motor KTM sendiri sekarang berevolusi ke arah yang sangat bagus gitu. Jadi memang 3 faktor menjadi satu sekaligus. When we talk about the last generation rider, Alvaro Bautista also said, yeah, this is why I'm so proud with the level of our generation. I also cannot wait for the Sepang wildcard in MotoGP. Do you expect from the wildcard of Alvaro Bautista in Sepang?
I'm very sure he does not want to come there and make a bad race. For sure he's only coming if he can perform as good as possible. You must also see at Sepang the World Championship is at a turning point where people have to think about the World Championship. Some are injured, some are tired. He's coming for that one single race. So I expect that he's doing well, although if he can repeat the feat that Roy Bayliss did in 2006, this is a very hard task.
Oke, jadi menurut Imre kalau Alvaro Bautista pasti memilih Sepang Circuit karena dia memiliki poin-poin yang dia tahu dia bisa bagus di situ gitu loh, karena dia nggak mungkin lah mau ngambil wildcard dengan segitu kerennya dia di World Superbike menang terus tiba-tiba dia ngambil wildcard, dia cuma posisi yang kayak top 10, mungkin dia maunya kayak top 5. Jadi ini bakalan seru sih buat disimak. Oke, seperti yang kita tahu abis Misano race ada Misano Test, so we will asking about that. What do you think about Misano Test? What we can see, what we can learn?
So what I could see at the Misano Test was that Honda and Yamaha are desperately trying to bring new things that brings them closer to the Europeans. But what I have seen is nothing revolutionary. Yamaha brought a new engine The comment of Fabio Quartararo was, "It is not enough." Honda brought a completely new bike with supposedly a new engine, a new frame, a new aerodynamic. The comment of Marc Marquez was, "It feels different, but not much better." So if I see this with the innovation that the Europeans are bringing, like KTM with a new frame, completely new kind of new frame, with Aprilia also having composite frame in work progress. We haven't even seen Ducati because both their factory riders were injured. Michele Pirro had a crash in Sunday's race and was not fit, so they decided not to test on that particular day, as they have a lot of data from Misano anyhow. Then it seems very unlikely that the Japanese will catch up soon, and this somehow is scary, because the World Championship needs the Japanese, and I am missing this sense of innovation with which they conquered the world in the 1960s.
Oke, jadi kalau menurut Imre sendiri, tes tersebut tuh masih jauh dibilang bahwa dua motor Jepang bisa mengikuti kemajuan dari motor Eropa. Karena ketika Honda benar-benar udah bawa motor baru aja, masalah yang sama tuh masih tertinggal gitu loh. Ada masalah di ban belakangnya. Begitu juga dengan Yamaha yang dengan engine baru, tapi masih ada hal yang menurut Fabio Quartararo tuh harusnya lebih dari itu gitu loh. Okay, now talk about the performa of Honda. And then after that Marc Marquez said he have plan A, plan B, and even plan C. So do you think what is decision from Marc Marquez between India and Japan?
It is a big question if Marc Marquez is just putting these comments to increase the efforts of Honda, building a better bike and keeping him, or if it is really true that he's thinking how he should continue his career. There are rumors he could go to Gresini. There are rumors he might buy Gresini. We will see soon. He promised to give an answer either in India or in Japan. For sure, he is very much evaluating how the whole progress with the bike within the team is. He is aware of it, that now he's over 30. He does not have all the time in the world. He had so many injuries in his career that it will not be possible for him to race until over 40 like Valentino Rossi did, and he wants desperately to win his 9th World Championship.
Oke, jadi tetap masih tanya-tanya ya, apakah memang jawaban-jawaban Marc Marquez ini hanya untuk mengepus Honda untuk membuat motornya lebih bisa berkompetisi dengan motor yang lain, atau memang dia berpikir untuk pindah gitu. Jadi memang sebaiknya kita sabar aja sih menunggu di Jepang atau di India kan, karena sebelumnya memang di Catalunya Marc Marquez tuh kayak udah pasti bahwa dia akan tinggal gitu, dan juga adiknya mengatakan bahwa itu hanya rumor, tapi ketika dia habis tes dia ngomong seperti itu, jadi rame lagi kan rumor ini gitu. Jadi sebaiknya ditunggu aja. Okay, so the last question, what your prediction about Asian round? Because it's quite tight schedule.
It will be tough for all the riders, and for sure it will be easier for the more experienced ones. So I think Francesco Bagnaia, if he is 100% fit again, he should be as good as he was in the middle of the season. But we can be very sure that Jorge Martin, who now really caught the fire, will also push very hard. I also expect Marco Bezzecchi to do quite well if the KTM can continue with the development of their new components, maybe even bring the new frame. We could have some surprises from Brad Binder And of course, we should never underestimate the two factory Aprilias, especially with Aleix Espargaro.
But this is Asian round, so maybe Yamaha and Honda have so much tests in Japan or something like that. Is any possibility they will good?
I would maximum give them a chance in Japan to do a better result on all the other tracks. Also the other manufacturers have a lot of data, a lot of experience. So Malaysia was a Ducati track for the last couple of years. Let's say in Australia we could see quite an evenly matched field. In Indonesia I'm almost certain that it will be a shootout between the Europeans. So I do not really see any advantage for the Japanese. One race where we cannot do any predictions is the India Grand Prix, but in India there are a lot of things that might rather play for the Europeans.
Oke, jadi nih teman-teman, kita masih tetap kayaknya bakal ngelihat dominasi motor Eropa nih, walaupun udah memasuki Asia Round gitu ya. Tapi kan di Jepang mungkin kita akan bisa lihat Yamaha dan Honda tampil lebih prima, tapi ya enggak sampai menang lah kira-kira gitu, karena memang dari kecepatan motornya sendiri udah beda gitu. Oke, gitu aja dulu podcast kita kali ini, dan terima kasih sudah mendengarkan, semoga bermanfaat. Terima kasih Imre.
Sama-sama, sampai jumpa.